Well boys, today is the day. Finally installing headers on the S1000. Now I'm not done with braking, we're only at like 200 miles I think, but we're gonna go ahead, throw some headers on because I cannot stand the stock exhaust anymore and it's making the braking miles even worse. Now the original plan was to wait to install the headers until after the first break-in service, but I'm going out of town for a week and a couple days and these got in the mail early. I'm just like, let's get them thrown on. I can't stand the stock exhaust anymore. Because even my previous S1K was also just stock exhaust too, with just a slip-on. And so I never got to really experience that bike with a full system either. So now I am not excited for this install because I know just how much of a pain of a butt this is going to be. But, I mean, someone's got to do it and all you can really do is start. So, but we do have the Akrapovic titanium headers. And we are just going to use the stock can because this is a titanium muffler and it's got the carbon tip and stuff, and it looks good and it'll sound really good for now. And if we want to do a shorty later and be loud boys, we can. I'm not going to be doing like a full install video because there's plenty of videos out there, and this is just a mess of an install, and it's just a lot of steps that I don't want to sit here and try to do like an informational video. But I mean, just to get the fairings off, like every bolt I've heard is like different, so we got to sort those right away, make sure we don't get them mixed up, and it's just good old BMW. Got the fairings off, the belly pan off. We just took out the actuator for the exhaust valve and got the cables taken out. That way we can just plug this back in and not have a check engine light for the exhaust valve. It's going smooth so far. The fairings kind of sucked because there were so many bolts, but yeah, we're getting there. How much space we're working with under here. Springs on, flanges on, headers are sort of in. Gotta wiggle them the rest of the way in, but we're moving along, man. We are moving along. She's looking good. That was just an absolute nightmare, but I'm glad it's done. All the springs and flanges we had to get up in here. It was just, yeah, it was a nightmare. The actuator plugged back in, O2s are tightened down, plugged in, header nuts are tight, slip-ons on, wiped it down. All right, first startup. Boys. As you guys saw in the previous clips, we did just install these titanium Akrapovic, however you say it, titanium headers, and literally right after I installed them, like 2 days later, I had to go on a cruise. I didn't have to go, I got to go on a 1-week cruise to Mexico, and it was an amazing vacation, but it feels so good to be back and get back on the grind. So I haven't really had a chance to like enjoy these headers yet because I installed it. Also installed these the radiator and oil cooler guard. But yeah, right after installing those, I went on a week-long cruise and I had to leave the bike. And I've been traveling a lot lately though, bro. Like, you know, I bought the bike, had to leave for a week to California, installed the headers and everything, and had to go on a week-long cruise. And so I'm trying to ride this thing like whenever and however I can. So she's already warmed up, so it's not going to do that weird high idle thing, but oh, that sounds so good, bro. Oh. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the pops are so addicting on this bike. Second you remove the cat, you get these just like burbles and pops, and it just sounds so good. Oh, I love it. But I've been trying to ride as much as possible. It's like, second it hits like noon, maybe 1 o'clock, it's at least like 90 plus.
and I am not here for it, bro. So I've been trying to ride earlier in the mornings or later in the evenings with a little cooled off. Oh, that sounds so good. But as you can see, I'm still limited to 8,000 RPMs because we are still in braking period for this bike. Like I said, I haven't had much time to put a lot of miles on it, so I just been going on little rides like this when I can. At about 500 miles, we'll take it in for its first service. As you guys can tell, I like doing my own services. I like doing my own installs, like the headers and everything. I like to be the one that works on the bike, but I do plan on, hey bros, tatted up. That's dope. But no, I do plan on taking this bike back into Eurosports where I bought it. And I'm gonna have them do the first service, which usually I don't do. Like I said, I like to do my own work, but when it comes to like the BMW warranty and having them do like the first look over and all that, I want to have that on record that it was done through the dealer. And I do trust this dealer a lot. They're like super competent guys, and a lot of my buddies and stuff like that work for them, take their bikes there and stuff, so I trust them a lot. So I'll have them do the first service and I won't think twice about it. Oh, I love it. It feels so good riding something that doesn't sound like a freaking moped, dude. Like, I love this bike to death, but riding it with stock headers, it was just so, like, it was just so unsatisfying just hearing the freaking Vespa. And I mean, it could be a little louder, because I mean, we do have the headers now, but I also threw on the stock carbon can, which it sounds really good. Like, the pops sound good, the tone is super nice. It's just a tiny bit, like, mild for my taste. Like, as you guys probably know by now, I am a SC Projects fanboy, so I always have the SC Project shorty on there, on both of the R1s, the MT-09. I had the SC slip-on my last S1K, so I fully admit I'm a fanboy, like, I'll say it. But, yeah, I don't know, we might throw a shorty on here soon. Like, this sounds super good, and I wouldn't mind just leaving it like this, but I feel like we could use just a little more noise, you know? The pops do sound good. I love it. Yeah, I'm wearing all black and I'm cooking. Speaking of that, this hoodie I'm wearing, look at this guy. As I'm talking about wearing protective gear to get cut off. But no, yeah, if you guys want to get this hoodie, MBT Clothing, if you use code JUSTJAKE, give you 15% off your whole order. It saves a big chunk of change. Especially if you're buying like a whole like top and bottom fit and all that, it'll save you a lot of money. Man, I can't wait for this braking to be done so we can like really ride this thing. I'm trying not to super just baby it, but I also don't want to just redline the hell out of that 8,000. But it's so hard not to. But we do have to make a decision on which tune we're gonna go with. Now, typical me would just go BT Moto Stage 1, and honestly, that's kind of the more popular answer. But I'm also thinking about doing the BMW Torque tune, which is something I think the dealerships offer for free. You know, you just take it in, they'll flash it to the torque tune, you're good to go. I mean, obviously it's a torque tune from BMW, so it's not made for like high-end power, and I have a couple buddies that run it, and they do say you do lose a little bit of top end. And I've heard it's not like you lose all that top end speed, it just takes you longer to get to the same speed as before, if that makes sense. Like, it starts climbing a lot slower the higher up there you get. Which, I mean, is kind of fine for me, because I don't need to be ripping, you know, 170 on the freeway all day long. And maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to hinder that a little bit, you know, make it a little harder to get to those speeds. And I do feel like doing the torque tune is a little more warranty friendly too. Like, never use cruise control on this thing. Not gonna lie, don't even know how. We did it! I've never used it before. Why am I leaning right? There we go. I've never used it, I started clicking buttons. That blue, I thought it was wet paint. Yo, some shade would go so hard right now. There we go. That's the one right there. I mostly want to stop and make sure I'm recording, because I don't remember hitting the button. Let's go, baby, we're recording. Alright, if I filmed that whole like 30 minutes worth without the GoPro being recording, probably would have quit YouTube, honestly. We did wipe down like the whole header, mid pipe, and everything with WD-40, so it's already starting to get a little bit like golden, and it's bluing in a couple spots. Oh, it looks so good. Installing these like 2 screen guards down here was honestly almost as much of a pain as like the whole header install was. We got it done, get her protected. She has a couple dings in there on the oil cooler, but I mean, you can't really stop that, you know. It was probably just from the first ride home. I also have no clue if that's a cop sitting over to my left. It's a black SUV and I'm kind of scared. Easier. But yeah, boys, we do have a track day actually coming up. That we're going to take the S1K to. I'm a little nervous taking a brand new bike to the track, but I mean, that's what the bike's built for, you know. We can take it easy, and we ain't got to go 100%. I was going to try to catch the one that was this month, I think on like the 17th, so like less than 2 weeks from now, but I don't even have the break-in service done. And you know, even though I've had an S1K before, I still want to get a little more comfy on this thing, just get a little more just connected to it, you know. I mean, obviously I'm comfy as hell on this thing, like I feel good on it, but I want to feel like a certain level of comfort before I go to the track with it, so